Hey guys, welcome to Scratching the Dirt. This is Nikki. It's the Carnivore vlog. Today is Sunday, November 2nd. Today is day 72 of the Carnivore vlog for me. And wouldn't you know it, I just filmed the whole vlog without my microphone turned on. So we're going to do it again. I don't know why these microphones are such a struggle for me. Like I can see the little dongle or the little attachment that runs the microphone, and I still forget to turn the dang thing on. So I had some video with just me again, just talking and no sound. But here we go. Let's talk about the carnivore diet. I have my notes. We had the butter problem that we talked about before, about how the butter was causing me to have urgent trips to the bathroom. I think it was from the extra butter because of what I had learned from the bacon before. So I cut that out. I was still eating eggs. I just wasn't adding the extra butter. And the urgent trips to the bathroom did stop. What also stopped is all pooping. I did not poop for 5 days, which I wasn't like uncomfortable. I didn't have that uncomfortable, constipated feeling. I just didn't go. And so I'm fine with that. That's fine. When I finally did go, everything was normal. So I'll take it. I'm considering this a win. I do believe that I'm going to start adding a little bit of butter back in, a little bit of extra fat, and just a little at a time though, and see how I react as I add it. So I'm gonna go slow here with this. Um, I did talk about last time about maybe eating some chicken. I didn't buy any chicken until just yesterday. I went to the meat market to get bones, and um I got one chicken breast. I was like, I'm gonna try it because I did get some turkey earlier in the week, and I ate that, and that wasn't it, y'all. That the turkey was not it for me at all. It tasted fine. I found myself, I ate that at like 12:30 in the afternoon, and then by like 5 or 6 I was hungry again, and I'm not accustomed to that. I'm used to eating that once per day. And then if I do feel a twinge of hunger, I eat the jerky or beef stick. And so I was really hungry, and it was weird, and I didn't like it. So I don't think turkey's the answer. I am gonna go ahead and try the chicken, because why not? Let's give it a shot and see what happens. I probably just won't do it on a day when I'm working a really long day, because when I'm in town without any more food besides jerky, that makes for a difficult work shift. So um there we are with that. I'll let y'all know how I do with the chicken. The other cool thing that happened is that my husband went to a pawn shop, and he was looking for one thing, and he found a roaster, like one of those big, I don't know, they're like this wide. I mean, you can't even see how wide my hands are, but one of those big roasters. And because I've been making bone broth in the crock pot, and because it's just the two of us at home, um, it's a small crock pot. And so I've had to do, like, if I want it, I have to do a small batch. Well, this thing is massive. So when I was at the meat market yesterday to get bones, they didn't have the regular bones that they normally sell to me, but they had the marrow bones that they like cut in half, like long ways. And so the marrow's in the middle. So I bought those, and those are currently in the roaster making bone broth for me. So I'm excited about that. He got that thing for $10, y'all. I was like, that's one of the things that really gets me going. I'm like, oh, you got that for $10. That's awesome. Like, I love a deal. So that's exciting. I'm excited about how much, but I think I'm going to have to freeze some. That's how much bone broth this is making at once. So I do like having the bone broth, especially now that it is getting a little cooler, as like an optional hot beverage as opposed to tea or coffee. So that's cool. So the other thing that I want to talk about is, and I got to give you a little bit of a backstory on this. About 3 or 4 years ago, I was having trouble with a tooth. Like, it was hurting, and it's back here. And if you've ever had tooth pain, you know how bad it can be. It was really, really bad. Well, I had a dentist at the time who was trying to get me to jump through hoops to try to save this tooth. I asked him to take it out. He didn't want to do it. He wanted me to do all these different things to try to save the tooth. And so I did. I did all those things, and I was in pain. I was in so much pain. So that dentist actually closed down his practice. So I had to go find a new dentist. Well, this dentist took my x-rays, and the first thing he said to me, walking up to me right as he first meets me for the first time, is, nah, that tooth has got to go. I was like, yes, yay. So I made the appointment and I went in to get my tooth extracted, and my blood pressure was so high, they wouldn't do the procedure. They wouldn't do the extraction. They actually sent me to emergency. And so I spent the rest of that day in emergency taking Klonopins over and over again because they couldn't get my blood pressure to come down. I think the highest it reached on that day was like 260 over 160. Like it was pretty high. And they scared me a lot. They were like, we can't let you leave. You're a walking time bomb. I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. Sorry, that was my husband. If it was anyone besides my husband or my kids, I wouldn't have answered. But anyway, so they scared me. They got me really, really scared about being a ticking time bomb and no, 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 no. So I do take blood pressure medication. I have ever since then, but that's neither here nor there. I never went back and got my tooth extracted. It's still in. I still have that tooth. So what I discovered though over time since then, when I was still eating the just standard American diet, every time my gums would start to bleed back there, or I would start to feel just that little bit of pain starting, I would eat a steak. And when I would eat steak, the next day, the pain was, it stopped. Like it didn't blow up and become super painful again. I don't know why. It wasn't chicken. It wasn't burger. It was steak. I needed to eat steak. And so a couple of things. One, my brain, I went on carnivore and my brain went, oh, I'm going to heal from everything. I'm going to be perfect. Bruises are going to disappear like this and I'm not going to have any pain. And then, well, your body needs time, Nikki. So calm down. So what I discovered this week was I started getting a little bit of tooth pain. I was like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. I'm on carnivore. I'm eating nothing but beef, basically. But I haven't actually had steak. I've been eating burger. And so I haven't had steak since, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks, I think, since Jose went and bought me a steak at the meat market and grilled it outside for me. That was the last steak I ate. So I was like, well, you're on carnivore, but steak has always been your accidental cure. So when I was at the meat market yesterday, I got a couple of steaks and I just ate one this morning. And so we'll see. I'll let you guys know coming up on the next vlog whether or not the tooth pain and bleeding went away because of the steak. It's just one of those interesting things about the way food and our body work. I'm not saying that if you have a toothache, you should go eat a steak. For me, over time, that's what I discovered was helpful. Obviously, there's a dentist in the world who at one point thought that my tooth needed to come out. And I thought the same thing for a very long time in dealing with that pain. However, I don't think about it very often because I don't have pain anymore. And when it does start to act up, I just eat a steak. So there's that. The only other update I have on my little notes is that I'm on day 72. I'm down 24 pounds for the entire carnivore diet, which means I'm actually down 39 pounds for the year ever since I started purposely trying to think about dropping some weight. So I am at the point where I'm looking, my clothes don't feel very comfortable because they're a little big. So I am thinking about what I'm going to do about that. I'm excited that winter's coming because I can just put on an oversized hoodie and I'm okay with that. It's just my regular clothes just aren't fitting quite properly. And a lot of like V-necks are just kind of hanging. And so I get a little weird, I guess, from teaching for so many years. I'm always weird about a cleavage situation. I don't want to be showing that when I'm working out in public. So I'm going to have to think about maybe getting some different clothes or just wearing like t-shirts or no V-necks until I can solve that problem. But because I know there's more weight loss coming. It's kind of like I don't want to spend any money until we get closer to the end of the goal, until we get closer to the goal. So those are all of my updates. That's everything that's going on. I know it's been a week, but I'm sorry. But I'm here. I'm still here. Things are still going on. I'm still experimenting. I'm still doing well. Thank you for being here. Let me know what kind of comments you have, and I will sign off here. And I'm going to work this afternoon. Side note, today's the first day of no daylight savings time, right? Like our clocks fell back last night, and I am a little bit miniature depressed about the fact that it's going to be dark at like 5:30 or 6 p.m. tonight. I know. I don't like it. But it is what it is. So I'm starting my day a little early, and I'm going to go do all that. You guys have a wonderful week, and I'm going to see you in a few days. Bye.